Hi, this is Mrs. Robertson, and we are going to go over Unit 4, Part 1 Study Guide today. Part of it we're not doing because we realized there were problems not like this on the test, and we have a lot of problems on this worksheet, so we just wanted to make sure we could focus on the ones that we really want to prepare for and do our best with. Okay, let's go to the second section. And this section says, find the value of each exponential expression. In number 9, 3 to the second power says 3 times 3. Who can tell me the answer for 3 times 3? Yes, Christina. 9. Very good. In number 10, 2 to the third power. What is the answer for this problem? What's the value of 2 to the third power? Yes. 8. Very good. 10 to the fifth power. Well, we talked about this. When you have 10 to a power, how many zeros am I going to put down behind the 1?
5.
5. Very good.
100,000.
And it is 100,000. We have not talked about 10 to the 0 power. And it is 1. Landon, I want you to stand up and put your finger up like this. Because the answer's right there on the board where Landon is sitting. So Landon, stand up. And you will see, do you see 10 to the 0 power on the board? Just put your finger, and your finger's going to land right on it. Yeah, put it up high. Where does it say 10 to the 0 power? Under the word 1. Nice job, thank you. So, my room has the answer for that problem. It's right underneath the screen. 10 to the 0 power is under the word 1. Now, number 13. What's 1 to the fourth power? Who thinks they know the answer to that one? Yes, Garcia. 4. No, it's not 4. It's 1. 1 times 1 is 1 times 1 is 1 times 1 is 1. 4 to the second power. Woods.
We got 15.
That's right. 6 to the fifth power. All right, I've got it. I did it earlier. Shh. It's 7,776. This is how I did it. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 6 is 36, and then I multiply another 6. So, 36 times 36, 1,296. Then, I take 1,296 times 6, and that's how I get 7,776. 13 to the third power. Well, 13 times 13, I have memorized as 169. Then you take 169 times 13. $2,197. The next group, write each expression using an exponent is really easy. This will be 10 to what power, class?
3.
Yes. 14 to what power? Yes, there are 5 of them.
14.
2 to the
2.
2 to the second power. 7 to the fourth. 143 to what power? Everybody agree 7?
What's wrong with you? I'm at 7, my bad.
Shh. Let's be quiet. And Christina, you said the right answer. It was to the third power. Okay. Everyone ready for the next section? Write the letter of the equivalent expression. All right. We have to look over here and see which answer over here matches the problem over here, or they say the same thing. Well, they both have a factor of 5. They're probably going to do the distributive property, and it's a distributive property with a subtraction sign. So, those are some hints we use when we are trying to find a match. Which ones have subtraction signs? There are only 2 of them. Which one do you think matches? Is it D that matches this or E? How many of you think it's D? It's D. This is the same thing as 5 times 17 minus 3. Nice job. All right, let's go to the next one. 3 times 9 plus R. All right. Looks like we're going to use the distributive property. It's going to be 3 times 9, 3 times R. A. Good job. Garcia? Well, that's not really something in here. We're not dealing with presidents today. Let's go on now and focus. Thank you. All right, here, what do? They both have a 5. We're going to pull the 5 out. Now, the 5's at the back end, so we're going to look at a backdoor problem, okay? A 17 plus a 3. This looks like letter B, doesn't it? Now, in number 4, it's all multiplication, so we know it's not the distributive property. 3 times 9 times R. Well, we've used A, B, and D. Oh, 3, 9R, it's letter C. They use the associative property. In number 5, all right, it's all pluses, so it's either going to be associative or commutative. If it's the associative, the parentheses are going to move. It looks like it will be F. And the last one, this one has a subtraction sign, and the only one that's left has a subtraction sign is E. Are there any questions? Let's go on to the next page. Now, you're going to go ahead and do the rest of these by yourself. This is what you're to do. In this section, you are going to identify which property on the right matches the word property on the left. You do not have to do the middle section. You will have to do this one, write an algebraic expression for each situation. Let's do number 8. 5 more than. Put a box around than. More than, does that mean you're going to add or subtract? Put your plus sign down. What's in front? A 5. Does the 5 go in front of the plus sign or behind the plus sign? Behind, because we have than. What's going to go in front of the plus sign? C. Okay, I want you to do the rest of these. Turn the page. I'm going to show you the easy way to do the variable problems. What we have here, these are all the same pattern. Okay, in each group, these are all the same pattern, the same pattern, the same pattern. They're just using different numbers. They want you to use variables to describe the numbers. Write an equation with two variables. Well, what we're going to do is just put, I'm going to say 3 is going to equal an A. So whenever I see a 3, I'm going to put an A. I'm going to say 15 is going to equal a B. So when I have a 15, I put a B. And you could say that a 9 is going to equal a C. Here we're actually going to use two variables. So it will equal this pattern you keep all of the signs in the parentheses, but this says A times B plus C equals A times B plus A times C. This is how it'll look like in your books next year. If you want to use the everyday math multiplication flowers, you can, but this is the way it's going to look in grown-up mathematics. Now do the same thing in 2 and 3 for later. Yes, you're going to write an algebraic expression. Do all of these. In this section here, do all. Be careful and remember to follow the rules of PEMDAS. Parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, or divide, multiply, add, subtract, or it could be subtract, add, if the subtraction sign comes first. On the last page, you're not going to do all the problems. Listen carefully. In this section here, do any 3. All right. In the next section, you only have to do one of these 3. You don't have to do that in this section, but for the last section, do any 6. And that's what your homework assignment's going to be. The back page, do any 3, do one of those, do 6 of these. Open it up. You know what? I'm just going to have you do one other one of these. We've already done number 1. Choose one. So you only have to do 2 or 3. Yes, you have to do all of those. Do all of these. All of those. And all of these. Let's get going. You have about 14 minutes. Have a good day.